Hi there, welcome to the Color Cinema. My name is Aaron, and we have Malcolm coming in just a second now from May to December. We will be looking at and talking about hey, welcome EH, some pretty big news when it comes to the Vinegar Certain box set, as well as the announcement from Culture Shock. Yes, that was a bit of a surprise there, though it wasn't for eagle-eyed viewers because I remember Bumpy coming in here and noticing right away that all the Culture Shock stuff looked to be going out of print and in the out of print section in the Vinegar Syndrome sale yesterday. He was the first person that I saw call it out, so I want to give a big shout out to Bumpy right now for noticing that in the sale. Now we are going to be like diving into that label specifically before the video today. We got May here grabbing a whole bunch of Culture Shock releases, and he's going to give a ton of recommendations for the company, and we hope that they're landing somewhere extremely well. It was a shock to see them move away from the site, and it looks like he's back. So let us welcome May.
Hey,
Bumpy was right. Hey, he's right about the Culture Shock.
Definitely.
Hey, Twisted, Jacob, and Jaden. Are you excited about today? It is box set day.
Well, I would be if I didn't have any box sets.
Do you have them all?
I think I might have, because I've got all the Jellos. I even bought the first one, but I didn't have, for £128. So, and I've got the Homegrown Horrors. I've got the televised one, televised terror one, is it?
Yeah,
I've even got the Dolomite set as well.
Did you really buy the box of that one?
Yeah. Is there any others? But not in print? Or I've got a couple of went out.
Yeah, the ones that are out of print. Angel was their first set that came out. This one right here. You went mute for a second.
Oh, because of this. I said I want that set, even though I've got them individually. Part of me's like, oh, well, I might as well double dip again. Got that one.
Anvil Curse one. Next, I think it was Forgotten Jelly Volume 1, which I think is your favorite.
Yeah. Because of Trauma.
Trauma, yeah. That is a great film. Hey there, George. Welcome, man and Ken. We got Forgotten Jelly Volume 2. This is My Dear Killer, I think, on the cover right there. Dived headfirst. I'm so glad. Hopefully you're loving it and you're not cursing me afterwards. Hopefully you love the films.
Nice one.
This one here, this is my favorite of the Forgotten Jelly ones, Volume 3, because I like Autopsy, which is the biggest one, but it's my least favorite on here. I love Murder Mansion, and Crazy Desires of Murder is just insane. I just love that.
I watched Murder Mansion quite recently, and it's just all over the place. Crazy
it is,
at some point.
It's Evelyn Stewart's in it. It's all kinds of fun. But right here, we got Camille Keaton in Italy. This is one I think people sleep on, and I think it's actually a good set.
That will be in the sale, I reckon, because that's not sold well. And I did get that during the halfway to Black Friday sale.
Like, it's a good... Did you like this one?
I haven't started it yet.
I watched Madeline and me and my cousin Raj. I watched Madeline. I watched Tragic Ceremony. I watched all three of them. Sex of the Witch. So Sex of the Witch has like...
That is the same cover, doesn't it, as that one from Severin?
Yeah.
The Bliff one. Yeah, that one. Same cover.
Very similar, doesn't it? So it has 10 minutes of additional long sex scenes. And I'm not going to lie, they could have kept them out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Not that good, then.
When I'm saying, well, man, this is getting tedious for the sex scenes, that is saying something. So you got some culture shock there. So let's dive into that first.
All right. Well, I enjoyed these, but I don't think other people might. So these, obviously, my opinion on it. So the first one is Game of Survival.
I love the cover, man.
It's a lovely cover. It's a decent film. I mean, they get sent down from a spaceship, the Ultimate Warriors kind of thing. And a guy who's just, I believe, a faith. And they have to fight with this bomb. So they run around fighting and basically all this. And the fights are good in some aspects and some are pretty bad. But overall, I found it to be very entertaining. And there's a guy in it that looks just like Peter Dinklage, right?
Oh, cool.
So it's kind of a strange thing watching him, and some of the deaths are hilarious.
I'd say yes. What about you?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
definitely pick up Sugar Cookies. I would.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's not gonna be on sale soon, Matt, and because those will go. I think as far as I know, they cycle them out. Sugar Cookies has Mary Warnoff in it too, and Lynn Lowry
Yeah.
plays like kind of a dual role. And if you like Lynn Lowry, then this is definitely the Lynn Lowry movie to get.
Yeah. I saw her in Score recently.
Did you really?
Yeah. I was shocked because I thought it was going to be super sexy with the women.
Like,
But it was the uncut version with, the guys.
oh yes, score. I mean, the based on the play. Do you know that at the end of the play, at the end of the movie, there's this postman type guy that comes by.
Yeah.
Well, in the stage play, that was played by Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so
Uh,
before he was big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me put this one here. Next one is Raw Nerve.
I love their covers, man.
I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was very Jello-esque. But
Okay,
it was,
that sounds interesting.
I will say this, though. Even though it's very Jello-esque, it's not anything as good as a Jello. It's very low budget, but it has its moments, and I'd recommend it. I think it's still on the site.
It's like Matty agrees with you. He said it's decent as F.
Yeah. So basically, it was okay. I would love to go into full details about it, but I feel like it would spoil a lot of the film. So
Jealous tend to do that, like when you.
now this one I really enjoyed. It reminded me a lot of Weird Science in a way, and that was Girlfriend from Hell.
That one I was always curious because I have not seen that movie, so I was always curious just by the look of the case.
It's very, you can tell it's low budget. You can tell it's not the highest, but it's brilliant. I enjoyed it. The bits when they're out on the road, they're outside doing stuff is the most fun part in my view. Because basically what happens is a female devil goes into the body of this nerdy girl who then just ends up dressed like, like her on the back like that. And basically does crazy things.
So it's like, what's that movie I'm thinking of with Lenny Quigley, Michelle Bauer, and where they're dressed up? Nerdy.
Nightmare Sisters?
Yes, where they're dressed up so nerdy because this is on. By the way,
Yeah.
which will probably be on the sale on say Thursday because it's a regular edition.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. It's a bit like that and Weird Science kind of put together. In a way, like the character, the craziness that the character brings into their life. And yeah, I enjoyed it. The bit I don't like, I didn't like the hunter who was like, because he was the most goofiest character in it. But since it's a comedy anyway, that can be a hit and miss.
Yeah, depends on that's what comedy is always that way. Comedy is one of the hardest things to get right.
Yeah.
So you either get it really right or you're like, okay, this is okay.
Well, it's not just that, is it? It's like everybody's comedic interest is different. Right? Like there's people out there that like Tom Green. There's people out there that like, Melissa McCarthy. It's,
You've gone on two of the spectrums that both I'm not so big on. One, Tom Green. I'm Canadian, and the only thing I really like with Tom Green is that he was married to Drew Barrymore. And I'm kind of proud of a Canadian marriage.
Only for a year, right?
Yeah.
Only for a year.
But apparently he was like the stabling part of that relationship at the time.
Well, that's crazy when you look at him and see how he is,
Yeah, because in real life, like most comedians are serious in in real life, like super serious.
Yeah.
Sometimes too serious. But Melissa McCarthy, she doesn't do it for me. Like when it's some movies she's okay in, but other ones I think it kind of overplays it.
Yeah. I like Bill more in the style, I think, of Bill Murray. Hey, Dave said yes. This is you again, enjoying the new media. Yes, I am. I'm loving it. I've got to obviously wait ages for the other stuff to come now. But I'm enjoying it. I went on to the Synapse sale again and bought number 20. So
did you? What did you buy?
Yeah. The rest of the cat suits. I thought I bought all of them, but they don't show up all in the sale. So I had to look them up individually.
Hey, they're standing in silence. And dude, Tom Green kind of polarized streaming content with his streaming network. Yeah. I'm not sure if I saw his streaming network. To be honest with you.
I didn't know that, to be honest.
Like I know the TV show because, well, one, I'm older, so
Yeah,
I know that. And he did that movie Freddy Got Fingered, which became like a bit of a was
cult
a
classic.
hit now. Yes,
The best part is the best part in that whole movie is the bit where the cow gives birth and he's swinging it around. And I love that bit.
Hey, there's Swift. Welcome, man. Who here likes
Hey,
Tom
Swift.
Green? I want to know. Who remembers Tom Green? But it is.
I think most people know him from all these reality shows he's been on recently.
See, I don't watch reality shows, so I would not know.
Yeah. Well, he was on Celebrity Big Brother, and he was on what was that laughing one called? It was streamed on Amazon, and it had him in it, and it had a couple of other comedians. Well, I think 8 others, and basically whoever makes the other ones laugh first at the end wins the money. So,
Oh my God, there was an Australian edition of that came out, and I think it's maybe the initial edition of that.
I
really
believe so.
hated it. It was like the worst.
Yeah.
It's like
It wasn't good. It was not good. It was the most unfunniest thing. I will say I watched the whole thing because it was just the awkwardness that made it fun.
Yeah.
But it wasn't funny. I think that's probably why there hasn't been many more series.
like comedians trying to make themselves laugh don't work. Let's see if anything Culture Shock is actually still. Oh, there is still Culture Shock stuff available. I gotta put this in like American dollars here.
Reminds me, actually, I better pick up the. Is it Death Magic?
Yeah, it's right there. Death Magic's still there.
Yeah,
Virgin
I'll
High
pick
plus
that
Hot Under the Collars one I really wanted, just because of the cheesiness. Like,
Oh yeah, I got that. I got that actually right here. I was going to say I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I'd recommend giving it a go, especially as a 2-pack.
somebody mentioned Tom Green's best movie, Road Trip, actually, which I totally agree on.
I do agree with that because he's probably his best in that, I reckon, because he's not a lead in it. I think when he's not a lead, he's a side character. I think he does a lot better.
Yeah, like in again Charlie's Angels, a small party in that.
Yeah.
But how about Red Green? I love Red Green. Steve Smith's amazing, man.
Mm.
So for those that don't know, Red Green was like this character that plays kind of a handyman type character with this big beard, and he's at Possum Lodge. So it started out as Steve Smith and his wife had a kind of a comedy troupe, and their first show was Smith and Smith's Comedy Mill. And one of the skits that would come on Smith and Smith's Comedy Mill was Red Green.
Yeah,
was this kind of like adept, kind of clumsy handyman. You know, if women can't find you handsome, they might as well find you handy. But yeah, we got like Gordon Pinson and all those guys on there. I love it.
I don't remember that. Was that a Canadian show? Or was that American?
I was Canadian. I mean, like here, I'm going to show you a picture because everybody needs to know the greatness that is Red Green. I actually have the box set, but it's way too high for me to get right now. Come on. Right there.
Mm.
Like initially he was young when he started doing the role. So so like the beard was fake at first, but then he kind of grew the beard out.
I think I've seen the artwork, kind of like, like the poster.
Because it went on for years.
Not the show. How long did it go on for?
At least, I think, was it 9 years? Something like that. It might be a little bit more. Like, I can't reach it, but the box set is up, way up, just below my Dark Shadow set. And it's, what I'll show you, what the Red Green box set looks like anyway.
Is it the coffin set, the Dark Shadow one?
Yeah, the coffin set. Yeah, it's not the right one. It's a fake. I got
okay.
I got scanned,
man.
I've
seen that set. I wondered what that was.
So that's a Red Green set, and it's a fantastic set. Duct tape, yeah. He uses duct tape for everything. Most Canadian show ever. Pretty much that and Beachcombers. But yeah, the announcement came out here. Culture Shock Cats had the bag. Yes, Culture Shock Releasing is leaving OCN. For those that know, OCN is the distribution company for Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah. We've already set up shop with another company. Our brand is only going to get bigger and better from here on forward. Stay tuned. So right now you can go in and grab like the partner labels for fairly decently priced here.
Well, they're almost the same, aren't they? Before, when they're not on sale.
Well, 32 on sale, around 24 or 25, like, you know. So, but usually this is what it is anyway, because I rarely see them at MSRP price. Like,
Yeah.
have you ever seen anything legitimately, by the way, at the SRP price and on
No.
Vinegar Syndrome? No, you never do, because
No.
like, oh, remember this is 50% off, but it'll be 30% off later. So either way, but I would say we should be getting like a bunch of stuff for the sale. Anyway, it's a subscriber week sale, and we got which day is it? We're gonna have like still we got like more limited
Yeah.
editions. Partner
We've got
labels
another 5 days after today.
Exactly. I think this is going to be one of the biggest days. This day, I think, is going to be one of the biggest days. I think the Friday is going to be one of the biggest days too, because they say like boxes and cases, and people are wondering, does that mean like just cases? No, I think it means limited editions. I think they just like worded it wrong.
I think boxes and cases are going to be the 3-pack sets, the individual cases like the Jello ones, and the cases are probably going to be the ones like the made in Hong Kong style.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Or I think you said this might be able to print now, but things like Sensor.
Yeah,
like that's that type, or New York Ninja, which is New York Ninja able to print too.
Yeah, it went pretty quick, that one.
That was good. That was a good one. I got to say, I had fun with this one. Did you like New York Ninja?
I did. I'd never heard of it until they announced it at the time, which surprised me because I'm a big ninja movie fan. And yeah, I put it on. I liked it. I thought it got a bit repetitive though in the middle with the constant gang fights.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason this movie was lost, man.
But yeah, exactly. But the dubbing made it hilarious. It made it, what it was really.
$12.
John Liu, I always loved his movies, so.
Well, like I said, a few slips are already sold out or close to it. Yeah, that's the thing, I guess. Like the Culture Shock slips, I'm not sure how are they were they when partner
you can get them from their website as well.
Can you? Okay, yes, that's good to know. Because that's what I was about to ask. Is it limited to Vinegar Syndrome? Is it something that they did together?
But the cool thing with Culture Shock is on their site they do a bundle thing, so you can get sometimes pins or stuff with the stuff if you want to.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they do a subscription so I can subscribe to another subscription.
That's mean another $1,000 subscription, man.
Yeah, it just makes it cheaper for me instead of having to, constantly look. Because, like someone else said, I think this was on Facebook. How are you going to keep up with it all if it's not on Vinegar Syndrome?
That's what I worried about when Fun City Editions went. I was very concerned because that's my favorite partner label, man, and getting them from Vinegar Syndrome just made it really easy for me.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, if allegedly, they're not making the money that they should, then I 100% want them to be making money.
Yeah. What's this?
Indy said, "Hey, there any about the Zombie Limited Edition one, the Torture Souls trilogy, and American Scream from the partner labels. Planning on some box sets today. By the way, guys, I'm going to say it right now, right here, Camille Keaton, and I know people are probably still not going to buy it, but man, I'm going to keep pushing this one till it sells out. Televised here. How did you like this one? I want to know.
I really liked it. I thought overall the movies were really well done for TV movies. And I really enjoyed the lot. I enjoyed because Tom Skerritt's in 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed those, even though I mixed them together a bit. And Elijah Wood one was all right. I would like to see a couple more of those sets.
Which hopefully, if they sell out today, maybe we'll see it.
Because I would like more televised movies because I think that's a rare thing to get on Blu-ray.
And the thing is, like, it's one of the most untapped markets right now.
Yeah.
And you ask if they started so the label officially starts in August on August the 1st. We'll be on our Patreon site.
We'll be there.
So both me and May will be there doing this one together. We'll be there for the opening of the site. There's going to be a massive sale, and what's it, Messalina? Let's go to that again.
That's it. Because we couldn't find the label, could we?
Yeah, like it was
the artwork.
Yeah, because there is artwork. It's almost like a Starbucks, like a mermaid type of thing.
Yeah.
So what we know right now is, because it's written up down here, is that so. As you may know, we're spinning off our hardcore and sexploitation catalog into its very own site. That means way more movies. There's a linky thing there. I'm going to go to that. There we go.
There it is.
This is the logo. Melusine. Melusine?
I like it. I like it because it's simple, but it's effective.
And you know, we'll continue to provide hardcore double features. Look forward to the new flagship branding for the hardcore UHDs, Mesaline, plus Quality X for the most esteemed and hardcore single features. Distripix, they do a lot of titles, so I'm not surprised to see them come as part of it. And for all things sexploitation, note that the hardcore titles in Distribix catalog will be released under the Melusine, Quality X, and Picorama brandings, plus a complete Command Cinema collection, some of which may be making the leap to UHD. So some of these adult films will be making the leap to 4K, which is actually really nice.
I'm hoping this gives me more access to the kind that I haven't been able to get, outside of Vinegar Syndrome as well.
Oh, I definitely think that's what's going to do.
Because I think they're going to have partner labels like they did with this, but they're going to be like working on a similar pattern, but like cut wise,
Well, Distripix is I guess that is officially a partner label.
Yeah. I think I what's this by the way?
Back in Canada, so we're getting Indy on here with Enready, 2 Canadians to do a Canadian. He has been over in Asia. I'm trying to remember China, Japan,
nice.
one of the two. So he's and he works at a school over there, and he gets home to Canada like not a lot. So when he comes home, he has a ton of movies waiting for him.
Wow.
So it's like he buys movies like you, and then he has a bunch of movies waiting for him when he gets back home to watch.
I can't imagine having them sent to you, not being there, and then just turning up and whoa.
Because here's the thing, like he's like me and you,
yeah.
He's in another country, so you got the most access out of the three of us to getting films because you're in the good old UK, man. Which I do love. China, thank you. First time home in 4 years.
Wow.
Well, things that happened for a while, I can kind of see that.
That's a massive backlog.
You got a lot of movies to watch. Warlock's Innocent is going to be released too.
I think another untapped market, well, because you mentioned it earlier, is proper old school Japanese kind of samurai Yakuza movies. I mean, we're getting them, but there's thousands of them that have never ever touched, like English markets, English friendly markets.
See, I have no doubt we'll get those now. Like that's like the Godfrey Ho stuff. Remember the God, portion of Godfrey Ho. Like we're
Neil Nego doing that, aren't they?
Yeah, like it's starting. We're starting to get a bunch of stuff like of that, and I think the Japanese market, the Asian market in general, we're going to start get a lot of stuff. We're starting to get like a lot of the Shaw Brothers and stuff like that, and I think the popularity of those sets and popularity of things like the Bruce Lee sets is going to broaden that market. I think that's the next market that's going to really become big. The one that I think still hasn't been touched, and I'm really hoping that this new label does this. Is the things like the Night Highs, the Body Chemistry, the Friend of the Family films, like the ones that I like watching.
Yeah, I do believe
good films actually. Sorcerer is really good actually.
Yeah, I do believe Radiance are supposed to be doing a Japanese box set, announcing it on July the 5th.
That'd be interesting. Check that out.
Because they're doing the next announcements on the 5th. So it'd be interesting to see if it's then or if they do one of the other box sets, but they've already mentioned.
There's gonna be this is like we mentioned it before, and I can't stress this enough. Really, truly is like a switch and an evolution in the way like some of the boutique labels are going, because right now Vinegar Syndrome they're the top of the heap. So every other label looks what Vinegar Syndrome does, and rightfully so, and says, okay, where do we go?
Well, I think with Vinegar Syndrome, I think they're able to take more risks, like with a lot of the 4Ks, because when you look at places like Shout Factory and that, they're just re-releasing a lot of their stuff because they know that sells,
Yeah.
And I think that's a good business decision. Do I think it's healthy for the company? Not really. But do I think it's a good business decision? Sure. But I will say that I think when you look at Vinegar Syndrome releases, for the most part, they are sometimes risky things for, people that are not in the know about those type of films. Like, why would I buy a 4K film I've never heard of?
That's true. And Warlock just mentioned MVD so far is ones that have released most of the
nice.
erotic thrillers, which is true, actually. I got a
What ones did they release?
I got a Shannon Tweed double feature here, and they released the first Night Eyes film, and as a double feature with something else.
Snapdragon's one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. Snapdragon and Night Eyes. I think was it Snapdragon Night Eyes? Or was that another?
Is it Illicit Dreams, the Shannon Tweed one?
Yeah. You remember this better than I do, man. Let's go to MVD, because I'm actually kind of curious now. I find their shop really, really confusing, by the way.
Yeah, I tried using it once and just gave up.
Yeah.
And that's why I lived in America, so.
Let's see. Let's put in Night Eyes. Yeah, this one I got actually was sent to me by a viewer. Snapdragon Night Eyes.
You recommend both titles?
Gorgeous. Fantastic stuff, man. Oh,
I'm guessing they're on one disc.
We got our very first super sticker of the day, but they're both on one disc.
Nice one.
So big Ghostface shout out from Indy right here. Tiramisu style, because who doesn't love tiramisu?
Exactly.
Actually, I've yet to find somebody that doesn't like tiramisu. So it's the first time I had it in cake format. Thank you so much, Indy.
Nice.
But yeah, I dig this. People, whenever they think Night Eyes, right? Because she's in a couple of them, they automatically think Shannon Tweed.
Yeah.
And Shannon Tweed is like in Night Eyes 2 or 3, I think, and comes back in another one. I'm not sure she's the same character. I think her sister Tracy is in one of them as well. So because
I've got a couple of her films. I've got Woman Scorned, which I remember watching on TV as a kid and getting excited over it. That's why I bought it. Right. I got Singapore Sling and Dead Sexy. I've got those 3 at the minute.
Do you remember Shannon Tweed's first film like that was called a movie called The Surrogate?
Yeah.
And if you've never seen it, it's really, really good. And it has it's one that has a great twist.
Yeah.
To the story. And like now, if you've seen a lot of Shannon Tweed stuff, you might kind of guess the twist because you're used to the actress.
Yeah.
But back then, it was a huge shock. Like most people knew Shannon Tweed from from Days of Our Lives. It's like that she was on a soap opera. But I knew her because I lived in Newfoundland, and she grew up not that far from her family grew up not that far from where I was at. That's like
I learned of her because Channel 5 in the UK used to have erotic thrillers on TV, every Friday night. And I would go around my nan's to watch wrestling, which was WCW at the time because it was 1998.
Yes. And
I would record the erotic thrillers like Alison is watching and all these other ones that didn't just have, Shannon Tweed in. So I know them from there. Do I get someone mixed up because the years have gone by? Yeah, I think it's inevitable if you haven't, if you haven't got them right there to hand. But I've always tried picking them up, but they're so expensive, some of them, because they're out of print now.
Yeah,
on DVD.
And you think you get them because the Shannon Tweed started together with Shannon Tweed, Shannon Worry, because you gotta have another Shannon there, right?
Yeah.
Tane McClure. Remember Tane McClure?
Yeah.
God, the girl was the girl in the body camera one. She was really, really good.
Oh, I know you're talking about, but I got clue the
she
name.
Picked a few of them. And the body camera ones are some of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because she always gets away with it.
Yeah.
Because it's an ongoing character. Friend of the family is different because Friend of the Family, she's not actually bad.
No.
It's one of the rare times when the one seduces the entire house, but at the end, the family becomes better off. Yeah, that's what they do. Pamela Anderson. We have a autographed picture of Pamela Anderson, actually. I love me some Pam Anderson.
I do think, like, Shout Factory released that box set, didn't they? Poison Ivy.
Yeah,
I do think they should, well, maybe not Shout Factory, but a company should release whole collections of, like the ones that are like numbered.
Oh,
Like Body Chemistry and, what was it? Indecent Desires 1, 2, 3. And some others, I think
what's
they
the
should
one
because
with Maxwell Caulfield? He's a voyeur, and his wife he's a cop, and his wife he has his wife have like with guys, and he tapes it.
I don't remember.
It's a bit of a mystery one. Yeah, Maxwell Caulfield is in the first edition. That one. That was actually
You remember most of these I ain't seen since I was 10.
The only thing we got Cruel Intentions so far this way, Warlock, and I do 100% agree with you, is a DVD set like from years ago.
It's funny, It's funny. I think the best Cruel Intentions is the second one.
Do you really? The one that
I've always loved the second one more. I don't know why. I've always just loved it. I mean, the first one is a great cast. Michelle Gellar's super hot in it. Selma Blair's great. Ryan Philippe's good in it. But for some reason, the second one hits every note for me, and I just love it.
So the sad part for them, like, it wasn't meant to be a TV series. So Manchester Prep is what it was going to be called. There's like 2 or 3 episodes filmed. I think 6 filmed altogether. 1 or 2 that were actually may have been shown, or they just showed scenes on Entertainment Tonight. And there was a scene where this girl's on a horse, and she's riding horse, and she starts to feel stimulated. And it got so much outrage that they canceled the show. So they took the episodes, put them together to make Cruel Intentions 2, added a nude scene near the end of the film to give it the R rating. I think that Cruel Intentions 3 is actually is the cruelest of the movies.
It is. It definitely is.
And
Christmas straight in that.
Wild Orchid said 100%. I totally agree. The same with I got the 4K edition of that movie. What's it called? Arrow put it out. Come on, guys.
Wow.
It's so warm here today. I can't remember anything. Kevin
Wild
Bacon.
Things?
Wild Things. Thank you. Yeah, that whole series. There's 4 of them. Deserves a Monica Gabriel Angel Eyes. That one actually did come out. So if you go to Makeflix, Ragnar, there's a Blu-ray for Angel Eyes out there. Because I got the old DVD of that one.
Yeah.
But there's a sequence in Cruel Intentions 3.
Yeah.
When we get to the initial twist at the beginning.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, that I won't give it away because I do think it needs to be seen.
Yeah.
Because that actor is so good. And the way he does that character, and then it's like a Kaiser Soze type of thing. When it switches up and you're like, oh, this is, and it continues to get darker, and like you're expecting, okay, it's going to get lighter like the original like 2. No, this is going to go in like some very dark corners for the film, and actually really enjoyed it.
I really like Kurt Smith in that movie as well.
100%. I mean, for me, that entire cast were fantastic.
Yeah.
And if I was I always get asked, if you're going to make a label, what would you do? Exactly that. That is exactly what I would do. I would do I do an exploitation label. I would deal with movies like that. I would deal with the Night Eyes films. I would deal with the Body Chemistry films. I would make those.
I think to be honest with you, I think if I made a label, I think it'd probably be a mixture of some films like that and more foreign cinema, like more Indonesian, more Malaysian, more like stuff that you just don't get anywhere except in those countries, and that might not be subtitled. I think I'd get them. Like, for instance, I'd love to get more Barry Prima kind of Jacka style movies.
I would love to see a set of the Jacka films.
Yeah, because he did so many films like that, and yet we've only seen 3 of them properly.
Yeah,
and that's
2,
thanks to
2 and Macabre. You got one from another place. Maddie just thrifted the first 2 Body Chemistries. You're gonna have one hell of a time, man.
Oh,
Rhea Ford, I agree. Well, how could we have forgotten her, man?
Yeah.
She's so good.
There's so many that they should be released, and not on a not on a DVD where they've got two on there either.
Yeah, no, like do
Separately.
a proper set. Like I do that, and like me, where you're doing those, I'd be looking at the China O'Briens and stuff like that. The things
Yeah.
that a lot of the stuff basically that I remember going to, not even to my local video store, to my local like corner store, where
Yeah.
they'd have a video section, and they'd have like this video section. They have $1.99 and 99-cent movies that you could
Yeah.
rent, and I remember renting so many Cynthia Rothrock, so many of those like those kind of like erotic thrillers, and just watched them over and over again. And when I ran out, I started re-renting them over
Yeah.
again. I'd rent like one new film and one that I'd seen before. So I'd seen like China O'Brien, but well, it seems like a million times. And the same
Yeah.
with absolutely every one of those erotic titles. I watched every single one of them like over and over again. I was like fascinated. It's the type of film that I'd always wanted to, if I could make a film,
Yeah.
that I'd always wanted to make.
Well, I was just smiling because I was thinking about when I was a kid, my mum would take me to 21st Century Video, which is just across the road. And I used to get all the ninja movies out there, the low budget ones, and things like The White Phantom, and I would get China O'Brien, and I'd get all these type of films, And I remember one time my mum picked up Hellraiser, right? And she thought it was going to be a martial arts film. Right? puts it in, and she goes, "When's the martial arts going to happen?" Right? And then, then the ending happens, and she's like, But we used to go there all the time, and that's how I saw Milk Money, which is a fantastic kids film, and all these other films like Sidekicks and stuff. And I miss those days of going to a rental store, but I don't think I'd do that now if they were here. So.
Because nowadays it's like, and yes, that scene with the horse is still in it. She's pretty much the Selma Blair character of the film.
I remember that. She's the blonde girl who's she's actually very cute.
Yeah. And she's like kind of like a bit ditzy. And that's kind of like what, oh, God. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. Ragnar said, surprised Kino Lorber hasn't done a Midnight series. Actually, honestly, if any company was to do it, even over Vinegar Syndrome, I could see Kino Lorber doing something.
Yeah. Of the amount of stuff they branch out on, I would think so. Hopefully Indicator will do it.
Watch One to Justice. Did the new scene? I don't think there's anything lame about saying like new. I disagree with that one.
I'll be honest, if Cynthia Rothrock did a proper sex scene, like full on, complete nudity and everything, I think I'd frame the movie.
Honestly, she's 60 right now.
Yeah,
she could still if you've seen her, she'd still could do that, and it will be amazing.
She'd still look great.
Amy Adams, yes, Amy Adams plays Catherine in Chrono.
Yeah, she's quite hot in that and all, and that's before she became big.
And like what she did, like she had a few before she became the most miscast Lois Lane of all time.
Yeah, I didn't really, but then I guess it's because she was kind of like their biggest, in their mind, I guess, red-headed star.
Yeah. Corner video store shelves makes you super. Oh, me too. I remember when UFC was first becoming a thing, and used to put like the UFC things out on DVD. So this was like the days of Heist Gracie, like those guys.
The best days.
Yeah, for me, the best days, definitely. I did put them out, and they would automatically wouldn't go to like the $4.99 or the $1.99. They'd immediately go to the 99-cent section, and I would like grab them up. I'd watch them. Like I was a big like wrestling fan. It was around the time that I was approached to do a backyard wrestling thing, and I was like, hell no, are you serious? So I'll be broken in half. I don't think so.
I wish UFC still was that way, to be fair.
I'm not even sure how much. I know it's real, but I don't know if it's real anymore.
Yeah. Well, it does seem a little bit more staged now than it did back then.
I know I assume it's hardcore stuff, but he thinks that it was. Well, I understand that, but Cynthia Rothrock, it was a big deal for her. Like this was a movie for her to actually do her acting as opposed to her martial arts. So that was kind of like the big thing.
I never forget, right? True story about a kid's tractor perversion. I used to put on the softcore movies, and I get really excited, and do what men do. But as a boy, my dad was a massive addict to adult entertainment, so he had thousands of tapes, right? When my mum broke up with him, she said to me, "Take all these bags round his, don't look at them." Well, I looked at them, and for like 2 weeks before he found out, I'd watched every single one of them multiple times, and there was a lot of stains, shall we say, and there was a lot there was a lot of trouble there.
Did you get in trouble with that?
I got in a lot of trouble, but I found full on manhood that way. So
We got an actual backyard wrestling champion on the side. There you go.
oh,
That is cool, man.
very
No,
nice.
I had the chance. I'm not sure why, but it was around that time period. I got offered the chance to do backyard wrestling, and after the chance, like in Atlantic Canada, they're starting up like kind of a UFC type of thing, and I was offered the chance to go into that as well. And I'm not that big on pain, so I'm like no, that, and I had to I was around my kids, and I didn't want to kind of have to move away from where my kids were at the time. Zalman King, the master of erotica. I would love if I could be any. There you go, guys. If I could be anything, be the next Zalman King. Because that guy was just one. He started as an actor, and two, he got into doing stuff for Red Shoe Diaries, and he did some stuff that wasn't quite as good, but still, he made a mark that you can't take away. Like Red Shoe Diaries was actually pretty incredible.
I'll be honest. I think if I could join any adult industry, I would love to go to Japan. The women there are stunning.
Are you sure?
Yeah, not the crazy stuff, not the crazy stuff, the normal stuff, but
you get to Japan,
because women are
I'm
beautiful.
ready, and an octopus comes out, and you're like, "Oh crap!"
That'd be fun to be fair.
So there, Darth Sidious says that explains a lot. Your story.
It probably does. It does. To be fair, I've got many of those stories, but I shouldn't tell them all, should I?
I would love to see. Honestly, those are maybe some of the best and worst erotica. Yeah, there's a wide range spectrum in there, but the fact that he made some of the best is actually pretty cool. I remember the first time I saw the actual movie Red Shoe Diaries, because it started as a film before a TV series, and you got David Duchovny, who would become you wouldn't think at the time, because it was X-Files and all that would become kind of a poster child for that, because he did deal with his own actual addictions and stuff like that, to sexual addictions in real life, and he played a character in Californication that 100%
was similar.
It's pretty much him. But I would love to see. I would love to see more of that. Let's check.
I always say that Matthias Matthews is a jacked up version of David Duchovny, because he looks like him a little bit.
I can see that.
I enjoyed that show. The Red Shoe. It was Red Shoes, right? Or Red Shoe Diaries.
Red Shoe Diaries, yeah.
Yeah, the show was pretty good. It had Stephen Barrow in as well at one point.
Yeah,
because they're quite a good cast.
I remember the episode because I'm a big Trek fan, and I'm going to say this right now. Anybody like Star Trek? Star Trek, like Strange New Worlds, is the best Star Trek series since the original series, hands down. If you like the original Star Trek, and you like the best parts of the Next Generation, that's what that is. It's exactly what that is.
They've actually nailed it for once again.
It's insane. I didn't think they were going to be able to, and I watched the preview, and Paul Wesley was in the episode playing Kirk, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. So I said, I'll watch the first season. So we started watching it, and we binged it, and we're caught up right now. But we couldn't believe it. There wasn't especially the first season of Next Generation, all those filler episodes.
Yeah.
No filler, just great stuff.
I think the most annoying thing with TV shows now is you catch up on them, then it feels like you're waiting years for the next one.
I know, that's the thing. Especially if you found a TV show at the beginning, at the end of a season, then you can binge things nowadays. Back in the day, you'd have to wait. If you caught something halfway, be like, oh God, I can't wait till like summer comes up for rerun seasons and catch up on the show.
Yeah. That's what was like martial law for me. I remember watching martial law, the Sammo Hung show. And I used to watch it every week. And there was one time I was watching it and I was like, I haven't seen this episode. And it's been finished for like 4 years. But now you can easily find what episodes are on listings and
Yeah, you can buy the whole box set of it.
yeah.
With only 40 minutes left, I'll put you on the spot here, man.
All right.
Looking at these titles here, what's here for yesterday's sale and it's on sale for the next 40 minutes. Is there anything here you think that somebody should absolutely have?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. I think Red Sun Rising, if you're a martial arts fan, you should pick up because it's a bit crazy and a bit weird. And it's done by Dragon Wilson. It's actually a really decent one as well. I highly recommend that. I would recommend Horror High and Stanley set because I think that's a great deal for 2 movies. Personally, I haven't got into them yet, but I would recommend giving that a go if you wanted to pull a trigger on one. And I'd probably what's the top ones?
Top ones here we got
Okay.
Sugar Cookies, Jungle Trap, Run Coyote Run, Girl Screw Screamers, The Laughing Dead, and
Okay.
Savage Hearts.
Sugar Cookies is a must just because of the time it was made and because of the cast. Jungle Trap, I'm a little bit biased on because I collect all the Africa ones. Agfa ones, I always say it wrong. But I always collect them, so I highly recommend that. If you like Trauma, you'll like the Girl Screaming one. But you have to take into account that it's very hit and miss and it's not
Very
the greatest. Yeah.
Like, don't go and
Exactly.
expect a bunch of like. If you're going to inspect the shower scenes and stuff like that, you're not going to get it from Girl
Yeah.
Screw Screamers.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd recommend them. Night Ripper is decent, but it's not everybody's taste. The same thing as We Don't Care, that one. I don't think people would get into that completely, depending on the subject matter. So, Devil's Ride, I still need to watch. Savage Harvest, again, shot on video, so that depends on how you feel about that. The Laughing Dead, I've not seen yet, and I haven't seen American Scream yet. So
Me either. And I was a subscriber during Laughing Dead thing, and I still haven't watched it. Now, one thing I will say. is
Yeah.
that If you have this book in your collection, then you should probably have Jungle Trap.
yes,
Because Stephen Thor starts out like early part of this book, he talks about James Bryan's films. And James Bryan's the guy to do those 2 films, Run Coyote Run and Jungle Trap, if I remember correctly. And he does a whole section on James Bryan. He loved James Bryan's work.
he did Lady Street Fighter as well, didn't he?
Oh God, yes, I love those. she sounds so much like Tommy Wiseau that it's insane. She could be Tommy Wiseau's mom.
I will say I got really annoyed when I watched the second one, and it was just basically a repeat of just added footage. That annoyed me a little bit. But it's because I watched them straight after each other.
It's insane, and like what kills me is like she was doing them herself, so I guess she wanted to put in like a lot of her nude scenes. So there's literally a sequence where she gets in the shower, gets out, walks outside. I think maybe has a couple like as a fight, then just jumps back in the shower. Because
I just love when she's seducing the guys in the most unseductive way.
Yeah, I know. It's like and somehow it works. And she's 2 characters too.
Well, to be fair, it was the 70s. It was a lot simpler time.
But I do think that one of the things I hate most, but the VSA one, which I have, which is the biker one with Adam West.
Yeah.
She's in it. And like, actually most of the film is like made up with her acting class. Cause I kid you not, she was an acting coach.
Is that Hellriders?
Yeah. Hellriders. But she's not in it enough. And that actually bothered me. I'm like, I want to see more of this character. She's such a weird character. Like
Adam West in that, isn't he?
Adam West is in it for a little bit. Adam West stunt doubles in it a lot.
Yeah.
So a lot of his stunt double. And Tina Louise too from Gilligan's Island in that one.
Yeah.
But just guys,
I want to get that book. I will get that book. Where did you get it from?
I actually bought it from Amazon. My better half bought this for me for Christmas one year. She bought me this one.
Yeah.
and she bought me Jess Franco volumes 1 and 2.
Nice.
Because she said you got a lot of the movies. You got to have there's certain books that you got to have in your collection, and this was like the major one. Like if you're buying
Vinegar
Syndrome, if you're buying Vinegar Syndrome, if you're buying Severin, you're buying boutique labels right now. Like this book, this should be like your go-to.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying once in a video that sometimes that can tell you what might be coming out.
Oh, it can, because you can look at the stuff and see like stuff that they're highlighting, and some of the stuff that they're highlighting like is in here. Like you want to know what James Bryan stuff's out there, it's all in here. Like the break it up. I can't show too much because they get kind of a little naughty. Some of the pictures, if you got the picture A book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you break it up into like categories. Like we got stuff here, like the career of James Bryan starts it out. John Pizer on the Centerfold Girls, the films of Frederick Friedel, Deadly Spawn, the films of Don Jones, the career of David Durston, the films of John Hayes, director I absolutely adore, actually. The films of Tony Malinowski, just so many great things. Love this book.
Yeah.
But I got to put it back because it's heavy.
Yeah, how many pages is it? Because it's quite thick, isn't it?
It is. It's let's see what it is now. You're in the UK, so we'll go to Amazon UK.
Yeah. All right.
See if it's there. Because I do recommend you guys, if you don't have this one, like pick it up. Hey, that's not a good price right now. It's £37 over here.
That's not bad.
And it is a hardcover edition too. Wow. 528 pages. Just a ton of great stuff. And I definitely recommend it, guys. If you've never had this book, it is fantastic. Indy has it too. Well, I knew Indy would. Me and Indy usually have the same taste with this stuff. Used Nightmare USA as a textbook for a B-movie course years ago at Carleton. Yeah.
Oh, I can get some more if I order it today.
If you get it, let me know, man. Let me tell me how you like it.
I will.
Guys, see, when you come in here, you get sales stuff, you get recommendations and stuff. We talk about all kinds of crazy stuff, but you get book recommendations too that you don't expect to have.
Let's have a look. I wonder if I
don't know if I can go to it, but let's just see if I can go to Stephen Thrower. Like, okay, they got the old cover there. That's perfect. Look, it's because look how expensive the books get. So I have the Murderous Passions ones, and they're so I have this one. I've got volumes 1 and 2. The second volume they can't have on here, I'm guessing, because there's like nudity on the cover.
Well, £297. Wow.
Oh, George, man, yes, it is a must. I'm like here I am. I know I'm feeling kind of bad. I'm like this is big sale time and showing people even more stuff to spend money on. I'm evil that way.
Well, if it helps with people's choices in the future, then it's a good thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, like for me, like it definitely does. Like set you towards movies, and if you've watched any like the Jess Francos or any of the stuff that Stephen Thrower's done, you know how knowledgeable this guy is.
Yeah.
So I always recommend, like out of all of them out there, I think he does it in a way that you definitely learn stuff, but it's not academically dry, because you can't get books where you're excited to get it and you get it and it's like, and it's so dry, it's like it's those unsalted saltines. That Thrower Franco books are fantastic, aren't they, Mike? Those are massive. Like if you think the Nightmare book is big, like each volume of the Franco book, even bigger.
Let's see if I can find them on eBay out of curiosity.
Like each single volume too. Like I can't show them both, but I can show you like one of them here. So for those that have never seen it.
Plaza Perversion.
So this, and it's, see what I mean?
That's massive.
Yeah, this one here is, and I'll check before I put it back now. It's over 500 pages, and it goes through his whole filmography. You want pictures? You're going to get lots and lots of pictures. I want to see if there's a page I can actually show you. There we go. We can show you off of Dr. Orloff.
Oh, nice.
As you can see, like there's massive write-ups on on the movies there too. So it's not just like it's not a picture book. Like he actually has a lot of stuff in there. They picked the zombie. Even Malcolm did. I didn't. I
What's
unfortunately,
this? The comics?
yeah, I couldn't afford to grab it now. I wish I could have Warlock. The zombie one I wanted really, really badly. I'm a
Yeah, I
huge
grabbed it with the shirt, which a lot of people seem to miss out on because they didn't notice it until after they bought the item. So
Fab Press. My dad, huge Fab Press fan. By the way, got a bunch of their stuff, and I definite recommendation for the Fab Press releases.
nice.
I did not know. Oh, did the Orman one? Nice. Is that the one that came out with the Orman set? Like you could buy it separately on Indicator? Because it was
Yes, it is. I think it was. Yeah.
because Fab does
It
some
was.
great stuff. Fab's done some stuff in collaboration with Severin as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some of those books that he put out were Fab Press.
Mm.
And I think
In
my
case
dad
people
had an Ashy one.
In case we're wondering why I keep looking over here, it's because I've got an Argus delivery coming with bookcases. And I'm just seeing, because it said on my phone it should be here in 3 minutes. I was just checking to see if it's out there, because with the earphones in, I can't hear it. So I was just looking.
Trying to show the
So-
back, but giving up.
Oh, yes.
So I'm gonna make your wife's gonna hate me, man. It's gonna make some more money.
It's gonna, I've already found one of them. Flyers of Perversion to Delirious Cinema for 50 quid. It seems like a bargain.
It like they're yeah, like they're fantastic books.
How many pages?
Now Warlock knows some of the people from
512.
Yvonne as well. So Warlock, what do you think is going to be the next Yvonne Press Vinegar Syndrome co-release?
Conference Maniac, don't they?
That's what I'm thinking.
So, you know, Conference Maniac. So it probably will be, but I'm not sure. There was, what other ones were there?
House by Cemetery was one, I'm pretty sure.
Days.
The Beyond. There's a few. Because they continued stuff. Like they didn't just like adapt, they continued. There was continued stories from those universes. Warlock's been collecting them since the very beginning. So will you rebuy the sets then, Warlock? Because if you already had them, are you going to rebuy the collector's edition sets?
When did they start? Would it have been long? It would have been quite a while ago, wouldn't it?
It was a while back. Could be Maniac, could be a bottom feeder. I'd go with Maniac just because you have that. And the thing is, Severin just recently did that last horror film with the Maniac 2 slipcover.
Yeah.
So that it's in the zeitgeist right now. It's in like the public mind.
Yeah.
Did grab the set.
Also
I'm the only
depends on how
person
quickly.
who can get a motherfucking set.
Also depends as well on you know, how quickly they can get it all sorted. You know, the releases, I mean, because they might not release them all that quickly.
I'd say they definitely space it for stuff like that, and like maybe during sales, maybe like certain specific times. And I think every time we get that, we're going to get some books as well. Like
I'll be back in a minute because my delivery driver's here. So I'll just be back.
All right.
All right.
I would tell you right now, the stuff that Malcolm gets, he definitely needs those new shelves. And I know what that's like. But my shelves are kind of like, I'm running out of shelf space. So I have the DVD Delirium book that they put out. Really nice. Do you remember, like, guys, there was a book called, there's a Phantom of the Movies. It was a reviewer. He did like a lot of the exploitation like stuff. And they put out a Phantom of the Movies like video guide. And for a long time, when I was in college, because I bought it at a pawn shop that when I was in college, and it was my Bible, because Phantom of the Movies just tended to like a lot of the stuff that I like. It was like this guy is a movie reviewer, like a Roger Ebert type critic, but likes my style movies. Like even Joe Bob Briggs doesn't like some of the movies I like. Like I find that that Darcy the Mail Girl has more of my taste than Joe Bob Briggs has, actually. Yvonne launched in 2016. Nightmare Space. That's the thing. Like every movie collector needs a TARDIS or a house like a TARDIS where it's bigger on the inside, right?
Yeah, sure.
I was looking at pictures today of our first place in North Sydney and in Bulledry. And I had, aside from here, which I love the setup here, that was my second best setup because I had it like in a basement area and I had like 2 chairs. So I had it set up for like if I had somebody in talk, I had like an interview section. Yeah, see that Sam's not Italian Cinemark box set released today. I did not. Let's actually. I'm kind of curious now.
What did I miss?
Salem's Lot Cinemark box set. Do you know what that is?
No.
I bet find out.
Mm.
Something got released today, apparently. Salem's Lot. Let's see if this is it. No, it's not it.
Oh, you're blocked.
Oh no.
You've been trying to get into their site too much.
That's it. What is this freaking box set? Is this it here? Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow.
That is pretty damn cool, man. High-end, expensive release. Of course it is. And that's why they can. Apparently, I'm too classy for them. And so they won't let me in.
Why couldn't they put that on Vinegar Syndrome?
Yeah. See if I get blocked out of this. Oh no, it's a website. No, don't do that. Usually sells out in minutes. Yeah, I'm going back to look at it.
That must have been expensive.
Fan of the movies. Still get the magazine sometimes. Used to love fan of the movies. Iban started in 2016, Warlock said.
Wow. So not that long ago then.
No, 7 years. I know it doesn't seem.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
when people say to me like 20 years ago, I think, oh yeah, the 80s. Then I realize, oh no, I guess it's not.
that's like 40 years ago now.
Yeah. Same museum. Okay, there we go. That's what.
I mean, it's like me with the 90s. When people say to me, oh, it was nice, God, that wasn't that long ago. And then you're like, wow, it's nearly 40 years ago. What? $300? Whew. Yeah, I don't think I'll be rushing to get that one. But anyone who does, good on you, because it looks beautiful.
That's gorgeous looking set. I'm super. We're 26 minutes away. What do you think? How many boxes are we going to get here? And
it's just box sets and cases. So I reckon we're going to get. We're obviously going to get Terabyte's Terror. I know that. That's definitely going to pop up.
Terabyte's here. Camille Keaton will be there. That's for sure.
Yeah, they'll both pop up. Probably the second Homegrown Horrors. Maybe the Forgotten Jella, but I'm more interested in what the cases are.
Me too, actually. But here's the thing. The one I want the most to this day is probably the Forgotten Jelly Volume 4. Because that's the sleazy one. That's one that I love. Yeah. I don't own it yet. But I do. I've watched the movies over and over in the set again. So that's the one. If it comes on like a really good price, I might break down and cry on camera.
Oh, no.
Almost happened with Zombie. So it might actually happen if Arabella this box set is on sale.
Oh, especially if it's super cheap as well.
Oh God, please! Like I want it to be cheap for everybody on here. I want everybody to get stuff.
Imagine it's like $18.
It's $1, man. Then I'm not even asking. I'm grabbing.
You're just jumping on it.
Yeah, then I'll take the. It's like I'll jump in the grenade and I'll take the take the punishment later. But I got a feeling it's not going to be $1 if they're $14 movies, $18 in Canada. So I'd say it'll still be cheap. I don't know how cheap it'll be, but we'll find out. Because we got the boxes, we got those limited edition cases. So what do we get? Are we going to get like I'm guessing like to save like a Flesh for Frankenstein until the UHD sale, right?
I can't imagine that would be like today. I'm going to have a look on the website because I'm trying to figure out what cases would be left. You know, like if we do slip cases, then that's probably what they're talking about. Slip cases. So it
I
could be
can't
Dovish Wishman.
I can't see it being slipcase. If it is slipcase, that's a disappointment. Like just like the empty slipcases.
Yeah.
Like, because honestly, do you really care? Like, but like anybody that wants a slipcase, like one of their slipcases that's already out, they've bought it.
Yeah.
They bought it.
Well, to be fair, I think a lot of it goes to the new appeal that don't, I guess, you know. I don't know. I mean, if they brought back Summer of 84, I'd jump on that, but that's not available anymore, you know, the slipcase version.
I never even thought about the partner labels, but there's a lot of culture shock here, so I wouldn't be surprised with that. Yes, Planet Mondo, buy the Camille Keaton box set. Really sexy looking set. If you like Camille Keaton, you're going to get lots of Camille Keaton in this one. And I do mean lots, as well as many other actresses. Truly one of my favorites. I'm going to say this. Which came first? So is this from Sex of the Witch, or is this from Billith?
I think they both used the generic cover because I think it's on another film as well. I believe.
And look at this. Look how gorgeous this looks. And just like to really push these even a bit more. Kat Ellinger commentary, Sam Deegan commentary. We get like a commentary with Camille Keaton herself and Art Editor. So yeah, and that's just there's not even mentioning the Rachel Nesbitt like audio kind of essay that's on here as well, and some of the other like interviews and stuff. So yeah, guys, this is a definite must-have if you don't have it.
I watched a recent Camille Keaton movie called, I think, The Last House on DVD.
Okay, I remember that one actually.
And basically, these guys want to leave the house, but she won't. So they basically terrorize her in her house, and she's got to stop them. It's a very low-budget movie, but it is very like what the exploitation ones were back in the day, you know?
Yeah, the kind of ones you expect. And thank you, Strangeland, very much. Another Ghostface Ouch the Crease shout out. We're having a blast doing these shows. Malcolm, you know you're welcome to come on for all these shows.
Yeah, I'm free for all of them if you want me here.
Dude, anytime, man. This is what you're making this more interesting. You're keeping the people on when I'm trying to go. Guess the Homegrown Wars Volume 1 and 2, TV Terror, Cardona Collection. Yeah. They got to sell that Cardona Collection somewhere, Jaden.
That's probably going to be it, isn't it? I forgot all about that.
I legit purposely didn't bring this over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it on my damn fridge is what I'm going to do. Because it's the most expensive fridge magnet that I've got in my collection.
Oh, did you realize that Gorgo was in a slipcase in a rigid case?
Is it really?
Yeah, because when I looked at it last night, I was showing my wife them. It's a slipcase. It's a slipcover in a slipcase. Looks really nice.
That'd be the only way to put the sell Cardona is to sell them on sale.
Sale exclusive, like 7. Except super cheap to get rid of it.
Let's hit up real quickly then, because we still got 20 minutes. Let's look at the Gorgo one. Come on. Where's the little magnifying glass?
Hey?
Yeah, it is.
It made me happy because it means it's technically got possibly 4 artworks.
Good restoration on this too.
Very good. It looks like a lot of fun. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, you haven't seen Gorgo?
No.
But you're from the UK. It is your Godzilla.
I know. I just didn't see it.
It's a good one. Dorsch Wishman bots. Oh, don't make me cry, man.
I bought all of them in the flash sale they did. You know, the flash sale they did where they had them on sale. Yeah, I picked them up, and I've watched 2 of the volumes so far, and The nudie cutie one, not so much, but the other two I'm really enjoying.
Deadly Weapons, like
Deadly Weapons, I mean, they've all got their charm.
Yeah.
But I think the nudie cutie one in the daylight years kind of gets repetitive.
guesses to the potential box set
Okay.
price.
De-
Thoughts?
depending on the boxes, obviously. Let's say if they're the 3 movies in it, like the Tevo's Terror and that, I reckon that could be, let's say, normally on sale to what, $39.99?
Yeah, I'd say we're gonna get something in the 20s and like the 25 for definitely for some days. We got our third shout out of the day. So George,
Hey,
it's tiramisu cake time. So hope you like some tiramisu, man. Ghostface one here. George is a huge supporter of the channel and then sent me like birthday and Christmas gifts.
nice.
I'm getting the Armand box set because of George, and I love he did a review for it on his Facebook page, and he's like, it's like watching paint dry, and I'm like, George, that's why I want it, man.
Yeah, exactly. And
So I
so,
think
so
the taboo set. I do. Oh no, actually, I don't think they will. I think the taboo
no, they
set
won't.
will be part of the
Because-
August first sale.
adult, isn't it? So it won't be on there. I reckon $25 for the 3 movie ones in the box, and I reckon possibly $20 for the cases, the normal cases.
So Jane is putting it up to 30 at 25, 30, that price range. I hope that they're $1 each, and then then I can buy them all, and I can get volumes 4 and 5 and homegrown horse sets for like under $5.
I mean, realistically, realistically, the thing should be 30. The what do you call it? Because of the price thing. But I just feel like because they're box sets, they're gonna bang it to 25 because they want to get rid of them.
Realistically, I've been doing so much Vinegar Syndrome stuff. I'm surprised I haven't seen a Vinegar Syndrome package just show up on my door with T-shirts and some stuff on there. You think they'd do that?
You would, wouldn't you?
You think they'd show some love to the channel?
Talking about Vinegar Syndrome, so they changed the subscription listings.
Did they really? Let's check.
Yeah,
it
they
out.
changed them, didn't they? Because originally it was supposed to be a box set and nearly every month, and you ain't got box sets completely every month now.
Yeah, well, someone got switched up to the first part of the year, so it isn't. So it's definitely not a box set every month.
Yeah.
There's only box sets ones are coming. There's one that with the Cardona one, which I don't think. I disagree with Jose. I don't think that's going to be a Cardona box set. I think it's just going to have beaks in it, and it's going to have like some random stuff. I see where he's going, but I do think if it was going to be a Cardona set, they would have announced it as Cardona set.
It's going to be a mixture.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2 of these movies and.
So it's September and November, as far as I know. They really got the sets there. So let's hit their. So for people that didn't get a thought about getting the subscription, just to break it down really quickly here for you guys. Break it down. You can tell we're wrestling people.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm actually I would guess so. Like it's done through it's done through what you call it. This is like done through Google. So Google will take their money and I will get it later. The way it works is it hits me when I get to, like, how this goes. When you get to $100, then you get a notification and then you're allowed to take it out.
Yeah, and you can withdraw it, can't you? And it takes time to do that. And
usually around like 2 weeks, usually 2.5 weeks sometimes.
Well, Makeflix just announced they've got a sale.
Who did?
Makeflix.
Did you? Oh, another perfect.
Yeah, 4th of July sale.
Do I watch? I love AEW. Actually, I think it's because I do watch wrestling and I did watch WWE a lot, but I was more of a WCW fan.
Yeah,
I was more of like a New Japan fan. Like, so back in the day when I was watching, like religiously watching, I watch a bit now, but not as much as I used to. I would get tapes from over in other countries. So I would get like the Chris Jericho tapes from over in Japan and the Chris Benoit tapes.
Black Tiger and that.
Yeah, exactly. A whole bunch of that stuff.
Pegasus Kid and all that stuff. The original stuff.
Yeah. So that's why AEW is the closest to that style stuff we got here right now.
I saw you defending the video game.
I am, because like people keep saying, well, this looks like and it's not perfect. Video game's not perfect. There's definitely some things to be worked on.
I've been playing it, so I can comment on it.
So for the first one, I think so. It's good. It's very no mercy.
Yeah.
Very much like the NWO WCW Revenge type thing. And people say, well, that's like N64 graphics. And to those people, I have to say this: have you ever played an N64?
Yes.
Because if you say that, no, you're lying. You haven't. I own an N64.
Yeah.
I own a PlayStation 2, a PlayStation 4. I've got all the Nintendo systems. PS4 graphics, or you want to go like GameCube graphics? Maybe.
I would say from playing the game, it's a mixture between PS3 and early PS4 graphics on the game.
With
I
maybe
would say
GameCube or maybe like an N64 type of like.
Yeah, with I would say the controls are very much like what you just said. The story mode is very much like the early WWE SmackDown game. And I would say it's fun. I was flying a guy over the road, and the way they kind of fly in the air, kind of stay still for a second and then fall, is hilarious. You know, it's a lot more fun. It's not as good as the WWE games, but then they've had like 30 years to get them right, you know.
But it's different.
For a first game, there's going to be a lot of improvements in the next one, I say.
I think the best thing they did was not go like WWE is a simulation game.
Yeah.
And I buy WWE games primarily for GM mode, the return GM mode. And I'll play my faction every once in a while, but I do GM mode is what I buy it for. For like, if I want to play like a fighting game, then I'll buy an AEW type game because I like the arcadey style. I prefer arcade over sim. Like when in fighting games and I'm playing racing games, I don't like simulation racing games. I like arcade style, burnout style racing games.
I will say though, seeing the THQ Ukes thing pop up at the beginning of the game gave me so much nostalgia.
My favorite.
I was like, you know, you just can't get better than that, you know. But I think I'm too harsh. When they released that other wrestling game, you know, the New Japan Pro Wrestling game, people hated that game because it was old school graphics, you know, and you couldn't just pin or win. It took forever to, you know, I thought it was amazing.
It was fun. I mean, I didn't manage to get out myself, but I've seen people play it, and that's like the Fire Pro Wrestling. You can find out your real wrestling. I hate the gatekeep though. You can find out your real wrestling fans like by the people like don't bitch about Fire Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
Actually, like, but do I like Christian Cage? Yes, I do, and he's better than Edge.
Oh,
he is. Edge is fantastic. Edge is a good-looking dude. Like as you know, I will say that right now. If I wanted to look like one of them, I want to look like Edge.
He used to be good looking.
I still, for his age and stuff. But Christian Cage, just his work, his actual like in-ring work and his like work on the mic is just.
Well, you know, when you think about TNA when they started kind of falling apart in 2005 a little bit, you know, Christian, Kurt Angle, they helped revitalize it a little bit. I mean, AJ Styles and all them were fantastic, but as soon as it started falling apart, it was really falling. And then when it got to 2007, 8, that's when it started crumbling more. I mean, I haven't watched TNA in years now, and Phil said it's a lot better now.
Oh yeah, like the women's wrestling in TNA is utterly insanely great. I still watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't get to watch all of it. Kevin Kelly, the voice of New Japan.
It's so hard though. It's so hard to watch it. I mean, there's a site I used to buy New Japan events off of called Rudo Reels. Right, they used to do burn on Blu-ray. You know, HD events. I probably shouldn't say that, considering they told people not to do that because they got in trouble. But you know, you can only log in now if you were a member beforehand. But they, what's that?
I was going to say, like, isn't G1 coming up?
Yeah, the G1 Climax. But I used to enjoy it. But the problem is when I bought the events, like the G1 Climax, for example, because it's like 16 to 18 days of events, they were like $150 for a set of burn-on-demand discs.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and they come with artwork. Now, I did it for a while because I got a whole year's worth at one point, you know, over different periods in sales. But it just got so expensive, and I really don't like streaming stuff. I like watching it at my own pace on a disc.
Yeah, like I agree. It's like Stardom. Like I was a big Stardom fan, And you can literally go to Stardom and say, okay, who are going to be the next big female wrestlers? Watch
Yeah.
Stardom. Because that's where they come from.
That's a bit like old school Shimmer, really.
Oh, very much. Like, kind of like, and that's where you'll find them at. That's where you'll find them at. I love those. Isn't Julie?
Yeah.
Is she in New Japan right now?
I think so. I haven't caught up with wrestling in a while. I mean, I followed some of the storylines, but not to the match.
Christian Cage hasn't had a bad match before 2004. I want to shout this one out for sure, Swift, because I 100% agree. One of the greatest things that happened recently. Do you watch AEW? But I'm guessing you do. You got the
I watch it on and off, so I don't keep up with it, but I know what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
When Luchasaurus won that belt and Christian came in the ring and like started celebrating that he had won the belt. It was one of the best heel moves, and people really loved it.
I still think one of the best heel moves was when Mark Henry said he was retiring and he attacked John Cena. I still think that's one of the best heel moves because people got all emotional and upset, and then he just grabbed him, and I was like, oh.
It took so long to get that dude over too. They spent a fortune on Mark Henry, and for the longest time, it seemed like the money was being wasted.
It's sad because don't get me wrong, he's not the best wrestler in the world, but he is legitimately a good heel.
Thank you so much, George. By the way, I appreciate the tester, man. We scared some people off with the wrestling chat, but they're going to miss out on the sale part of it.
It's only 8 minutes left.
Yeah, we are. We're very close to it.
Well, I made the deal with the wife. If there's nothing here doing the sale, then I get to go 7 and buy 10 more titles. So,
I'm still pissed about Ellen. You're not the only one.
Yeah, he had a big momentum going.
They think he's too old, and that I say, bang.
Exactly, DDP.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's he was the dude, he was the guy.
I will say this: I wish there'd have been a Money in the Bank last night.
Oh, there wasn't. No, there wasn't.
No, I said I wish I was at Money in the Bank last night because that was the UK event they had, wasn't it?
Yeah, Yoa Sky won, which was cool. Well, I'm glad she won. That's one that I'm glad won.
I'm guessing for the
Horror Volume 2. Do you recommend Homegrown Horror Volume 2? You have it.
I have it. I've watched all 3 titles.
It's very slashy.
Let's say Moonstalker, I really liked. I thought that was decent. The Dead Girls one, I can't remember. Is it called Dead Girls? I know it's Dead Girls something. I've enjoyed that one the most, even though it's probably a little bit the most goofiest, at times. The other one, Hanging Heart, I absolutely hated.
Let's put it this way. At what price would you say would you buy it at if you're buying it on sale?
What, as a gamble?
Yeah.
Probably between 25 and 30.
Yeah, so there you go. 25 or 30, definitely a definite buy.
Yeah, because you're saving $10 off what it would normally be in a sale, and I think that's reasonable because you're getting. But if it's 25, definitely because you're only paying $5 really for a terrible movie, and you might like it yourself. But I just didn't like it. It just made no sense, and it was just stupid. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, right? So there's a bit in it where somebody gets killed, and the guy is, being accused of being guilty. Now, you don't know whether or not he is or not, right, at this point. But, you'd think you'd stay away from him because he killed the supposed girlfriend, right? But no, women want to shag him, they want to get up with him, and they want him to give it to them while saying, yeah, I killed her, And then you've got a creepy lawyer guy who's, following him everywhere, and I like you.
I think that's actually kind of realistic, to be honest with you. I really do, because, that kind of, do you know how many women fell in love with Ted Bundy after?
Yeah, it's true, but still, it's still not fun entertainment.
And he's not a good-looking dude. I'm sorry, Ted Bundy was not a good-looking dude. He was very milquetoast.
You're joking. Paul says he's the most charismatic killer of all time.
tells you I'm curious about too. Homegrown Horror Volume 1. A lot of people love that one. A lot of people hate the one of the titles. The one that seems slashery.
Oh, are you talking about? Is it Final Exam?
Yeah, but it's kind of not. It's a long one.
Yeah.
It's apparently fairly long.
Oh dear, that's always a bad sign when they're long. I'll tell you a film I watched today, which I haven't finished, but I really wasn't enjoying it. The Devil Hunter. You know, the Jess Franco.
Okay, yeah, God, it's been ages. I got that one here somewhere.
Oh, so tedious to watch.
Yeah, not a good film.
No.
It's like, remember that, like, Kino put it was a zombie film, like a Franco zombie film, and literally starts out with, like, you know, this lesbian couple that are camping, and you're like, well, this is going to get good, and it's totally, and nothing happens. Like,
is that Oasis of the Zombies?
Yes, nothing happens in that film at all. It is such a boring film.
I will say I recommend Zombie Lake. To me, that's amazing, that one.
Oh, Zombie Lake is much better than Oasis.
Yeah. You know, I will say, first I'm going to horror books. Oh,
watch with your wife.
Oh.
I'm not sure if my wife would. Yeah, actually, she would watch that with me. She loves like the cheesy stuff. So,
well, it's not just cheesy. I mean, my wife likes the old horror movies, you know, like Bela Lugosi and that. So she'd probably like that because of the cheesiness.
Oh, mine too. That's her thing. She'll watch that. The Hammer stuff. She loves the Hammer titles.
I tell you two other films I watched while we're waiting for the time. I watched She Killed in Ecstasy yesterday, which I really found to be quite fun.
That's a great film. I love
I love the ending of that. The ending's brilliant because it's like, wow, after all that, you know. And I watched Massacre at Dinosaur Valley today as well.
I thought that was really fun, actually.
It is a lot of fun. There's a lot of sexualization in, which is what you want in that kind of movie. And I'd also like that the natives weren't just cannibals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what you expect it to just like to go in that direction.
Yeah.
Got our next shout out here. We got a beautiful dude, man. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm gonna add in like other things too, so it'll be like different things that you see. Sometimes be Ghostface, maybe I'll put in the Alice in Wonderland cakes, some different stuff.
That'd be cool. Yeah, you should do that. That'd definitely be cool because then it'd be like a pick and mix of what's gonna happen.
Yeah, because you never know.
Yeah.
Dancer Valley. Yeah, Dancer Valley is one of those that I really liked, and I wasn't sure that I was going to like. Like, I was not sure if that was going to be a good movie.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're down to 2 minutes, man.
2 minutes. Oh, bait stuff I haven't got, so I can pay money.
We're going to find out if you're going to be buying more from this sale, if you're going to go back to the Snaps or Severance sale and buy some stuff.
Well, we've got to look at Makeflix yet.
Makeflix, yeah, we got to check that as well after here, because they have some decent stuff actually.
They do.
I like the Makeflix guys.
They look good. I need to buy more movies. Come on.
Almost like a countdown. We don't have to say like a countdown until the last 30 seconds.
Are you going to count down? Are you going to count the numbers?
Like New Year's, right? We get the first 10 seconds, like a New Year's countdown.
Happy Vinegar Syndrome Day 2.
Boxset Day. This is a big day. I think this is going to be the biggest day next to, we'll see. Next to the $18 UKs is a great price. So
I will say, though, I will say that's a great price, but I will say, I wish they were releasing a title every day as well, like they did at the beginning of the year. You know, so like there was a new kind of BSA every other day. You know what I mean? You know, like they did.
Like that was kind of neat when they did that. I think that this they're doing this. I'm hoping this is going to be a yearly thing.
It will be, I reckon.
And like this is going to be big. I say like just as big as this. When August 1st happens, be a patron member there, guys, because we will be doing that site. And I'm not gonna lie, I think that is going to be like amazing. Like as a collector, welcome, Chad, man. This is where this is a time. Like when Vinegar Syndrome first started, Vinegar Syndrome's like their offshoot site. It's going to be something to see.
Well, I'm going to be honest. If you join the Patreon, you'll see me and my wife having sex doing that stream. As I buy a title, she'll be bouncing up and down. I'll be panting, and I think it's going to be a hell of a time.
You're going to get yourself in trouble. And here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see what they got, because I do have some of these. as we knew. So for $25, you can finally buy the 6-string samurai set. We were pretty close on prices there. So for televised tears there for 30, not a bad price for that. Not as many as I expected. I'm a little disappointed here.
Oh, I bought all these doing the sale.
Cardona Collection Volume 1. If you need a fridge magnet, there you go, $20 for a fridge magnet.
Oh, I did buy that one. How much?
and some coasters. 4 is there, so you're going to get number 4.
I've got number 4.
Oh no, Indy said that was his most wanted one.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that's nice.
Her
How much
smell,
is
I
that
really
one?
liked her smell, and so I'm glad that one's there. That had a great
$7.
That had a fantastic case to it.
Oh wow.
Yes, right here. So this is her smell, and it's done. Looks like a spin magazine.
I'm just going to put this order through quickly.
You do need Doris and Camille, and just to make it even harder not to get stuff, because you know I'm like that. Look,
Oh,
beautiful Camille Keaton set. Look how gorgeous this set. I will say I wish there was more titles.
why can't I use my gift points?
You should be able to.
No, well, never mind.
So which one have they got? Oh, so we got the Twilight Years, the Doris Wishman one. Which one's that one again?
Oh, that's the one with the double agent and that in it.
Steph, you know you thank me for it later on, but hate me for it now. Forgotten Jelly Volume 4 is $35. I would expect that one to be $30. I'm actually a little disappointed on the price for that one.
I feel like that one's a bit too expensive. You know, I mean, the Camille Keaton one at $25 is a bargain.
I'm a $1,000,000% a bargain. Arabella Black Angels in there. The Killer is Still Among Us. It's 3 amazing films, though. Sister Verso. So overall, still, it's a good price. It's not as good a price. Volume 4 and Keaton. Love the spin slip for her. It does. It looks amazing. I have a feeling people are still not going to buy 6-string samurai.
No, I don't think they will. I need to get this.
But it's less than I expected. I would say if my dad is watching, he's probably going for the Wishman set.
Nice.
Warlock, thanks so much for coming in and dropping the news about the Ebon Press stuff, man. Have a great day.
Take care, Warlock.
I don't know this one as much. The Time-Bending Mysteries of Sharam Mulcry. So
I almost bought that. I almost bought that during the halfway sale. And then I decided not to. And I'm glad I didn't because it was $15 more, I believe, then.
So you can pick it up now.
Yeah, so I just picked it up. So I think that's the only thing I needed today. But that's good because that's 4
at least
movies,
there's something
right?
you needed, though, right?
Yeah, that's 4 movies, I think.
And here's the dramatic reading because I got to do this. Canadian price is still a little high. They are like in Canada, but still some of them aren't bad. Like the Doris Wishman set's actually pretty good. Dramatic reading for this one right here. What is time? What is a memory? Are we in the past or present? Or some strange unknown hybrid of the two haunted by arsonists, bloodsuckers, serial killers, and phantom images of our own selves? The films of Iranian director Shahram Makri straddle the line between genre and art house cinema. Whether Mobius strip-like meditations on classic 1970s American slasher films, political thrillers, 1980s new wave sci-fi vampire films, or offbeat Jarmusch meets Tarantino indie mysteries, it's small wonder that Abbas Kiarostami, in his last film, 24 Frames, left a cryptic message on screen in Persian that simply read, Sharam Mokra. So there you go. It sounds interesting, man.
Yeah, I've definitely picked that one up because it's one that I fancy. It's Death Crocodile as well.
I don't think like it's so much to hate on. Like Chad asks why people hate on. I don't think it's so much as hate on it's that it just seems out of place in the VSU line. If that as a Vinegar cinema title, Chad, I think people would have been very excited to get it. Like as the follow up to like after Beastmaster, I think that's where it comes in. Not as legitimate hate for the film itself.
Yeah, I think it was the disappointment itself because they thought. I think when people got the Beastmaster, they went, "Well, it's going to be big films, but we, we're going to get the premium treatment. And obviously, Six String Samurai wasn't one of those ones that needed that.
Got the Morrison Keaton sets. There we go. Somebody else is buying the Keaton
Nice.
set. So you picked up the you picked up the Mysteries of Sharon Mokra set.
I picked that up, and in the clearance, I picked up the Old Pleasance one, which was the Rainbow Boys, was it?
Was that in the clearance today?
Well, it's still the same price as no, but yeah, the Rainbow Boys, and I picked up Death Magic just so that I don't have to buy them from the sites. So they're the three I picked up today.
So there's only 8 titles, listed right here.
But the question is, well, I guess they could have had the other Doris Richmonds, couldn't they? Because I was going to say, have they got enough of it? But
I think this is one that's going to sell well. At least I hope it is.
I hope so. Because that's actually a really decent set. I really enjoyed that set. Is it the Love Toy that's in that one?
Yeah. Third disc, Love Toy, Keyholes Are for Peeping, and Immoral 3, Amazing Transplant, Let Me Die a Woman, and Deadly Weapons, and Double Agent 73.
I've seen every single one of those titles, and I can tell you, if they were going to put a set, that one was probably the best one. Because the Midnight Years, the nudie cutie ones, there's only 2 good ones in that movie, in my view, in that set. It's that one. The Love Toy's good. Let Me Die a Woman's a great documentary. The Amazing Transplant's a little bit meh, but it's still fun. The 2 Secret Agent, double, what do you call it, and the other one, the 2 with, what's her name? The one with big breasts.
Hey, Dad, you know. Trust me, my dad will know. Come on, Dad. I know you know the actress's name because Dad is like me and
Mandy something, wasn't it? Mandy.
I'm scarily putting down Double Agent 73. Hopefully not getting any.
Misty Morgan?
Was
Is it Misty Morgan?
No, it was like Chesty Morgan.
Chesty Morgan, that's it. She's all right, and considering she can't really act very well, so she was all right in that. Those 2 movies. And then there's like a sequel to those 2 movies. I think near the end of the box set, which is not, but kind of like 3 Daughters. That one was pretty good as well. The something 3, the Immoral 3, that was all right. So if anybody's on the fence about Doris Richmond movies, this is the set you should get to see, because I'm not sure about the other. I think it's the Twilight Years one, because I'm halfway through that set.
Yeah,
but the Midnight Years, it's got a couple good ones. Like Nude on the Moon, that was good. But this set is the main set that I would recommend to people.
I think we got a missed opportunity in that the televised terror set, which hasn't been selling the greatest, should have been 25, like the Kimmo Keaton set.
Yeah,
we'll sell more copies of
it. Definitely. I think that is. I think the Forgotten Johnny one should have been 30, and I think that's the televised terror should have been 25.
Like, I get Forgotten Johnny being 35. I would prefer it to be 30, but I get being 35 because it's going to sell. Anyway, hey there, Gino. Welcome, man.
Hey, Gino.
I would say televised terror is not selling as well. So you got to lower the price on it. You can't come in and just expect people to get excited about the other box sets. And what they're doing is people are going to come in and buy, Forgotten Johnny, and maybe they'll pick up televised terror to go with it. But just $5 less, guys, and you could have insured that. Yeah,
I believe so. I mean, I would, if I didn't have these, I would probably have picked up Televised Terror and Camille Keaton, and I probably would have got the Cardona set as well.
See, I'm going to say that my dramatic reading helped sell that one. I'm gonna
It does look like a great set, to be fair.
It does.
And it looks unique as well, which is great.
Seeing little keels over peeping. That was enough.
Keel's over. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say I just love that stuff, though.
I was going to say Keogh's over peeping isn't the best example of that set. It's actually one of the most lackluster ones in the set, in my view. You know, I was sitting there, I watched it, and I was like, there's better movies in this set. You know, don't let it put you off of Doris Richmond because there's some great examples of good movies in the set. But what I would say is you have to go in with a certain mindset, you know,
Oh yeah.
because it's cheap. You see the same apartment constantly, right, in every shot almost, you know, to do with inside. But Doris Richmond is a bit like Dennis Steckler. Their movies are not the best, but you just enjoy them because they're just so good. But there is that odd stinker there, but you just go, oh, you know.
While we're here, there's one thing I want to do. Let's do a zombie count. How far are we down with zombie right now? Is it sold out? Are we getting close? 225, guys.
I've all the shirts sold out.
Let's find out. So we'll go different sizes here. We'll go to medium. I'm a medium, so we'll find out. So medium's still available.
Okay.
Extra large. 2XL. Only 5 left on 2XL. Triple X is gone. And only 4 left on 4X.
Well, I'm surprised by that. I would have thought all the shirts would have sold.
I'm actually kind of surprised. Like, let's do Make Flex, by the way, while we're still there. I'm actually kind of curious to see what they're doing. A 4th of July sale here from Make Flex. Is it the 4th? Not yet. So let's see who would grab any of this.
Axe Grinder there. I'll be picking that up.
Yeah, the bunch of Axe Grinder here, man.
Oh, you get some free stuff as well. What's that say? Free mystery DVD with every order.
Yep.
Video association for orders over $100. Plus in advertised discounts, 20% off select books and more. Buy one, get one free, plus $5 off select Blu-rays. Buy one, get one free DVD packaged on disc and art. That's not bad.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for coming in to join us. That is, we love doing it.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Don't you just love sometimes the cheaper the film is, the better the artwork is?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's because they've got to really work it. But I will say this, Axe Grinder 666 is probably rubbish, but I just love that artwork.
The Bad Movie Police stuff is here as well. Oh, it's okay. We got another shout out. Forgive me going off topic. Are the Strike Commando series of films recommended by you guys from the Severance site? I'll let you answer first, and I'll answer afterwards.
I will say yes. Strike Commando 1 is phenomenal. It's over the top. It's cheesy. It's everyone. The whole Jacoda moment alone is worth purchasing for. I love the whole bit with the Disneyland. If you haven't seen the Disneyland part, that's the best part of the whole movie. All right. As for number two has some ninjas in it and everything. It's just brilliant. I highly recommend them, and I would say you won't be wasting money by getting them.
I agree. Reb Brown stars in the first one. We got Richard Harris in the second one. Very different lead actors in both of these films, but very, very fun films. And I think they're just films that you sit back and enjoy. These are the type that I watch with my spouse. They're just fun, crazy films. Yeah,
definitely.
And they're usually pretty well priced when it comes to the Severin. I'm pretty sure maybe 20, 15, 20, something around there.
Yeah, they're $17 on the sale.
Not bad at all. When you think of it for those titles.
Yeah, which I think is a bargain.
Definite bargain. So. Are you buying any?
Malva. The Malva double bill. I might pick that up.
Sexy one for bloodletting right here.
You know what I'm looking for? Those David Sterling box sets. That's what I'm looking for.
To find out if we got here. We're gonna check them, man. I'm gonna see if I can tempt you. I'm gonna see if there's any these Sterling box sets. I spoke with Sterling actually one Christmas. I was gonna buy a box set from him, and I didn't actually end up getting it. So I feel bad. So one of these days I'll buy directly from him because
what stopped you?
Money at the time. It's just like a money at the time. I'm expecting some money to come in, and it didn't come in until a little bit later. So I felt bad I couldn't get them at the time. So I kind of I said,
well, it's always the way though, isn't it? That's the sad part. Oh, here we go. Axe Grinder. It's out of stock. Oh, God.
Is it out of stock already?
Yeah.
Empire of the Apes. There's a bunch of those, man.
And I was going to jump on. It's only $20 cheaper, so it's probably not that great.
$14 for Fraulein's in uniform if you want to get some like Nazi exploitation.
Ooh. I think I can get that. I think I can get that on eBay over here cheaper than that.
Girl from Bikini trilogy.
Oh, there we go. Camp Blood collection. Out of stock. These are out of stock on purpose.
They're just tempting you, man.
They've got to be,
Pure
haven't they? I mean, what's
duology
the chances?
Actually, where is the David Sterling? Should be the box sets here.
Oh,
These are like buy one get one free too. So that's
the annoying part. Yep. It's just... Oh, that one's in stock. Cinema Macabre, the cult classic horror collection.
ooh. How much?
Aquanoids, Butchered, Demonoids, Manacle, The Attendant, The Coven, and the Mark of Dracula. So let's see, any more? I might give
Revenge of the
box sets
First
a go.
Wives is there for $9.99. Screaming in High Heels. I actually got this documentary, I think, on and correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it on one of the 88 films releases?
Yes, I believe it is. I believe it is. Would you recommend the Meat Hook Massacres?
I haven't seen them, but they sound good. Oh, the SOV 6-pack is back. No, it's just a soundtrack. Damn. Because the 6-pack was something that I wanted to get, and we almost picked up one day. Actually, I better have one to pick it up.
Let's see. What's this one?
Dead Next Door.
Mark Borowski American Jello Collection.
Where are you? Where am I missing this?
If you go to labels and creators on the side and click there, it has Sterling Entertainment in the list.
All right, come on, do it for me.
Oh, collectible prop handcuffs in first 50 boxes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Have a look. Oh, the DVD. Yeah, no.
Mine is not opening up at all. Look at that.
That's weird. Because it's here. I'm looking at it on mine. Oh, yeah. Oh, what's this one? The Skull-Faced Astronaut. Oh, the Things Collection Blu-ray. Yay!
Is that one in stock?
Yeah, that's in stock. Let's put that in the
There we go. I'm going to do the search. That's going to make it a little bit easier for me. So David Sterling. We're going to go with David Sterling. Interesting character too when I was talking to him.
Yeah, he is a bit. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. Is the Arrow stuff on sale at Barnes & Noble? I'll do a quick check on that for you, actually.
Ooh,
They normally do have like a 50% off Barnes & Noble's when Arrow when they do the.
So that took out on sale.
So 50% off Criterion. Well, I don't see the Arrow stuff there yet. I'm sure it'll come up there though, eventually. So I'll keep an eye out, and when it happens, Wave, I'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you know as soon as we can.
So you can buy like if you want to buy the model. Tell me it's not on Blu-ray.
The problem with that set, I believe, is it's on like a couple of 3 discs.
Yeah, then that's too much. That's too much of a chance of compression.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather have these bigger ones here. I'll take the American Jallos type stuff. I don't see Camp Blood there. You said it's at a stock, right?
Yeah, which is annoying because I'd have picked that up. Depending on the price, obviously, of the stuff going through.
Too bad. Like, is this? I guess this isn't included in the buy one get one sale. If it was, it'd be amazing.
Let's have a look. I'm gonna have a look because I've got 2 in there.
Mark Brankowski. Have you seen any of the Mark Brankowski stuff?
Let me have a look, and I'll tell you. What's the shipping? Bloody hell! If I want to get 4 of those box sets, the shipping is $80.
$80?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
UPS Worldwide expedited.
Can you choose a different shipping?
DHL Express 81, UPS Worldwide Saver 94, USPS Priority Mail International 129, USPS Priority Mail Express International 149.94.
Yeah, that's a bit much, man.
Yeah, I'm not paying that one.
I'd say wait on that. As much as I like MakeFlix, that's a lot for shipping.
Let
I
me go on
understand they're a
that.
smaller company and they may not have the the work the way some people do. But yeah, that is definitely a
What's
lot.
the
Let's
buy
check
one
to see if
get
any of
one?
this stuff is selling well.
Let's say maybe the buy one get one free. Maybe it's because they're big sets.
Maybe you might be better off messaging Sterling on Facebook. Actually,
Oh dear.
he will trust. I will 100% tell you this one. He will contact you back, but be ready to buy. Because he usually does. He was going to give me a deal.
Yeah, was he going to give you a deal on all the box sets?
Well, yeah, he's like basically said, "Well, what do you want to buy?" And I said, "Well, I'm looking at the Camp Blood set," and said, "There's one of the other sets, the axe cards that I'm thinking about." And I can't say what it was at the time, honestly, because I can't remember. Honestly, that's true. But he did offer me a pretty damn good deal. So I will say that he's an interesting character, but easy to get along with. So
yeah. Okay. Well, I might say because he might be able to, but he might go no international.
Like it all depends. Like if he wants to, like if he's got all his baskets in here right now and doesn't want to sell like separately, or you can say or maybe he does, and you'll say don't mention it. Kind of like Severn and the 4 or 5 is a great value, right?
Yeah,
it's not available.
Exactly.
But
I might. I'll give it a go. I mean, I might be better off just buying them separately anyway. Some of the titles. I mean, in the buy one get one free.
True. You could always try the 3-disc like one. Check the shipping on it, like even for like the single titles, just see if that's the case.
Yeah, but then at the same time, would I really want to pay hundreds for that?
Can I be honest? Like, might be bluntly honest. I'd say there's still the Snap sale and there's this sale. I might wait.
Yeah, get better. I'll get you. Yeah. Well, this is you. This is because you keep putting me on all these sales.
I am like obviously the worst like influence on everybody here.
The worst.
Her smell has gone under 1,000. By the way, guys, her smell. I'm going to show the cover again because I'm going to get people to buy this one.
It's actually a really good box.
It's this.
And the magazine slip as well.
The slip is absolutely fantastic. And the box, by the way, so to a quote Steph, passes the knock test, right?
It does.
And then you open it up here like this. Elizabeth Moss, who I absolutely adore. A lot of features on it, too. And on the inside, you get even the thing is done like a CD. Gunpowder Sky does some really great stuff. And Gunpowder Sky does some stuff that gets pricey. So to have it at $18 is actually pretty damn decent.
Yeah, like that prospect. I wish I'd have got the prospect when it was on there.
Oh, yeah. This one here, like a kind of a concert type thing. There's a booklet with it as well, guys. So am I tempting you? Do you have her smell already, by the way?
I do. I bought it during this halfway sale.
Did you like it? I actually enjoyed this movie.
I ain't seen it yet because I've got so many on my shelf to watch. There are ones I've missed, so I'm planning on watching it soon. It's in my stack, must watches.
But there you go, guys. Elizabeth Moss, actually famous. Invisible Man. Invisible Man, right? Invisible Man, yeah.
Yeah, The Invisible Man. Did you like that movie?
I did. I really enjoyed it. It creeped me out in a way that an Invisible Man movie hasn't in a long time.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Because Invisible Man didn't stay horror. It became like it's an action movie. It's a spy movie.
I did enjoy the bit, where you get that big jump scare when she's got the flashlight.
And let's note that the box use your rewards points towards your order if checkout is missing. Is it really?
It is, because I couldn't use mine.
Because they're doing 5 times rewards points. Maybe they're not letting you do it. Well, this day's on or something. I'm not quite sure. Was it there yesterday? Did you use any rewards points yesterday?
Nope. Well, I didn't use any yesterday either.
Maybe it's taken off during this portion of the sale, guys.
I mean, at the minute, my Vinegar Syndrome card, I've got about $100 in points.
Prospect was great. Prospect did not have like cards? Actually,
yeah, it did. And it had the slip within a slip as well, didn't it? And it was 4K. I wish I'd got that in summer of '84.
Summer of '84, I'm passed on, and I was so stupid to pass on that. That's such a good movie.
Yeah, I Prospect is over here on eBay. at the minute with the cards and everything for £100.
Is it really £100?
Yeah, £100.
See,
So,
I think, and I have a theory that if you trace back a lot of people that collect nowadays, like will
Yeah.
collect movies, for instance, and whatever you collect, that a lot of us, you can trace it back to trading cards.
yeah.
Like if you look back and you did you buy like either like baseball or hockey cards or like superhero cards?
When I was a kid, I was obsessed with wrestling cards and stickers for sticker books.
Oh yeah, the paninis and stuff like that.
Yeah, so because I had to collect all of them, so it does tune in because it gives you something more stable as well.
Yeah, like it's something that gets ingrained. I was like a huge my grandparents every Friday night we watched Dallas, right? That was like
Yeah,
big soap opera, and I became like pretty obsessed with it too. And they had Dallas trading cards, and Pam was absolutely gorgeous. And there was one trading card of her like in a bikini. Anyway, so but if you put them all together on the like it would make a like a big poster, and
oh,
it
that's
had
amazing.
JR holding like money with his face on it,
Yeah,
and it was just brilliant. And Space 1999 too was the show I used to watch, and I used to buy the cards for that. And there was this one episode where this guy is like telling these people that like he's the only survivor of this
Yeah.
like when this thing happened. And saying there's a horrible monster, it killed off the rest of the crew. Nobody believes him.
yeah,
But eventually he goes back there and you hear this noise and you hear this, he's hearing this noise in his head. And there's this like, and it probably looks cheesy nowadays. It has this great
Yeah.
big like one eye thing and kind of like you slide under it and it scared the hell out of me. So
Yeah.
I get like some Space 1999 cards, open up the pack, the monster's right there. Right in there. And I'm like, I can't get rid of it because I'm so proud I
Yeah.
got it, but I hid it in my closet. And every once in a while, I would go like, okay, I'm going to face my fear. It's not going to freak me out. I'm going to go take to the closet. I'm going to look at it. It's going to be okay. That's it.
yeah.
Still this day that freaks me out.
I miss those days where you actually had collectible cards or stickers for nearly everything.
Yeah.
Even the most weirdest things you'd have collectibles for. As now you don't seem to get any of that.
It's like, I think the boutique labels, the way they're doing things now,
Yeah.
it almost seems like this is
The trading
it's a
card
throwback
version.
to that. It's a throwback to that. When you look at your Arrow stuff, you're getting all these 6 posters and these like lobby cards and stuff. It is hitting that inner child in you that used to get excited to buy the Panini stuff. Like I'm from Kando, so like there was a lot of like hockey cards that we get, Wayne Gretzky and Marilyn Lemieux and guys like that. We'd want to get fill out the whole Panini book, so like stickers, and you'd have the special ones with the foil. That would be like the rookie cards and new editions and stuff like that. And I think in a way, like this, like hits that inner child portion of you.
Yeah.
So, like even something simple as this, like
Yeah. I think that's why people end up paying more for it when all they need is the movie, really.
Exactly. It's almost like a nostalgia porn.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I think it was about 10, 11, and I did collect Pokemon cards because they came out when I was 10.
Well, I was in my 20s, and yes, as I did Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. Blue Eyes White Dragon.
I remember when Pokemon cards came out, and I remember I was so obsessed. I had original, original decks of them, right, in boxes, and my mum got rid of them before we. My mum got rid of them, I think 7 years ago, before they became, really, really big again.
Oh my God.
And if she hadn't done, I would have had Charizards, I'd have had Blastoises, I would have at least made probably a few grand off of it.
There is a section of YouTube that I am semi-obsessed with, and what it is. And guys, don't go down this rabbit hole because it will, where they take boxes, like full boxes of older cards.
And they open them.
Like Andy opened them, like the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff. Like you see the Pokemon ones on Twitch and stuff like that, especially. But I was a big fan of the Marvel cards and the Marvel collector cards, the Marvel like masterpieces with the Joe Jusko and the Boris and stuff like that. The really kind of sexy looking Marvel superheroes.
Yeah.
But they get the old sets and packs and look for the holograms and the DC Cosmic cards and all this stuff, and they open up the boxes, and I get this wave of like nostalgia and like just joy, but also wanting to go out and own them all.
Yeah.
And it is so like here to see like how bad like my kind of like nostalgia point is. Hold on a second.
Okay. Oh.
Something fell.
I know. I remember when it comes to me with cards, I remember getting tons of them at like boot sales and kind of flea market kind of places. And to this day, even though I don't really collect anymore cards and stuff, I do love it when you see like the old packets in the flea market places. You know, even if they're like of Batman or they're like of Sabrina the Teenage Witch or other shows like that, just to know they've been around for like 20, 30 years and not been opened, and just not knowing what could be in them, you know, other than obviously what they're about. But I don't really take that gamble because I spend way too much money on media, so I end up doing that. But I do love it when media comes with cards, you know.
So,
Oh,
as a collector,
big uh-oh. Oh, nice. Oh. Ah, yes.
I have them all.
But you don't have the big helmet.
I don't have the helmet one. I don't have the, I wish. I missed out on the helmet. And I have some of the Super Sentai as well.
Oh, lovely. Do you know, I got one of those sets from CEX in America when I went to America for $15.
Are you
Right?
serious?
Seriously. And I got home and I put it on and I went, this set's pirated. Because I knew immediately because I put it in, I went, yeah, this isn't a original. You can just tell. You know, when you're a collector, you just know the moment you give a full diagnosis look of it, you know?
That coffin's head up there.
That's lovely, isn't it?
And it's fake. What's crazy?
Oh,
Fantastic quality.
yeah.
Like, so they did a good job. Good job on those fakes.
Are they double layered? Are they double layered discs?
Yeah, I think so.
Because normally fake ones aren't double layered.
That's the thing. Like that's why I kept them. Because it was well put together, but you could easily tell it was fake by the way it was packaged.
Yeah.
But when I said did it like the book, like the episode guide and everything, all that's there too.
Was there a price difference from what you paid to what it would have cost?
For sure. It was a gift from my better half. So what happened is she got it for me for my birthday one year, like early on, and I found out pretty early on that it was a fake. But it was over a year and a half later that I told her because I knew she would have been devastated at the time. Like I know she probably could have maybe went and looked for it and got the money back thing. But it was the fact that she went out and found like, one of my shows and went and spent all this work.
It's always the fault that means more than the actual item.
Exactly. So, and when the video came up and people started because it did unboxing. And people started mentioning, that's like not the real one. And I figured out really quickly that it wasn't. So I took like the comments off the video because I didn't want her to find out.
Yeah.
Also, finally came at the bank account. Okay, there you go. Now you know how the donation thing works, George.
Hey.
Wave, have I gotten you into this at all? Headed out to lunch now. Thanks. So we will be back here tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Let's find out.
Standard, isn't it? Or is that just more?
No more limited editions tomorrow. Some $14 limited edition titles tomorrow. So
with VSAs?
Let's just see. It's just as regular ones. Those are the VSAs tomorrow.
Okay.
VSAs are on Wednesday and Thursday though. So
that's gonna be interesting. I'm hoping they're the Billy Blanks ones, but they've still got.
Well, I'll be honest,
So-
me too, because if you're going to get the Billy Blanks ones, get them for cheap.
Yeah.
The cards as fast as humanly possible.
I've watched them both because I owned them before, but I had to sell my move, so I'm hoping to just pick them up again.
So maybe tomorrow, we'll head off now, but maybe tomorrow, guys, we'll come back here and you'll see Malcolm spend even more money and me tempt even more people to get into things that they haven't got into. Like, did you order the books, by the way?
I did. Well, I ordered the Nightmare one.
Oh, perfect.
I'm on the fence about the 50 quid Jess Vanker one at the minute, but
Which one is it, Volume 1 or Volume 2, by the way?
it's volume 2.
Tell you what, stay here afterwards and I'll actually show you the inside of it because I can't share anything.
All right, sure. Sounds good.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us here today. We'll be back here tomorrow, same bat time, same bat
Yep.
channel. Thank you again, Malcolm, for coming in for this video and this whole series. We're going to be doing the whole
Sure.
7 days. If you want to come in for all 7 days, man, you're welcome to come in for all
I'll be
7
here.
days.
I'll be here every day.
My general co-host there, and we will be here. If you're not a patron yet, become a patron because we will be doing the videos that you can only see on Patreon and OnlyFans.
It'll be the ultimate video of perversion and going and deep diving into it.
Yeah, and who doesn't want to go into deep dive into some perversion? So,
You too, Gino. Thanks for coming in.
yes, guys, have a fantastic day there, and we will see you very, very soon, right here tomorrow in the Cult Cinema.
Take care, guys.